Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a Hollow King rendition, if you will. Now, this is a knife made by Work Tough Gear. It's Work Tough Gear Wednesday. Happy Work Tough Gear Wednesday to you. It's always my favorite day of the week. There's Megatron back there, and Lola and Tucker and the whole damn family. If I'm looking a little dirty, I apologize. I work for a living. Here's the deal, guys. This is a video to kind of get me back on the board. Now, I think last year, the first run of the Hollow King, I did a video. And then I sent it to Grugsy, Legion Tactical. He loved the design, loved the knife. He's got a great video out on it. This is a design by Daniel Murray Lake. It's an absolute beast. It's SK85. I'm going to tell you all about it here in 1 second. First, there was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. The actual numbers between 15 and 29. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. And all that means is, vets, we love you. You have a place here. We're back to Blue over here. We support Leo, all to the chagrin of many. But here's to the point and place of come. I know not everybody's going to support that, and I totally understand it. It's a cause that I support. How do you do it, Scabber? Well, I don't break the damn law best I can. Sometimes I screw up, and when I do, I accept responsibility. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Now, those three have nothing to do with one another. Those are my causes. I don't ask anyone to support them. I really don't. But they're mine. I absolutely adore the Hollow King. Now, here's the deal. Everybody knows the saga of my finger, right? So here's what I wanted to do. I did a short last Wednesday cutting some ratchet straps with this thing. It's sharp as shit. And my plan was to take it to Blackie Thomas's this past weekend and actually do a review while I was there. Well, unfortunately, I tried to remove my finger. So this video is twofold. One, I've been wanting to get a video out on this. I really do. Two, I wanted to see how my finger held up. Let me just say this. From the handle standpoint, a lot of times I had to extend my pointer finger. Well, before I ever get there, getting out of the truck today, I tore 2 buttons out of my damn zipper. So it's not open. I did my best. I lost about 3 minutes of footage because I realized my fly was open. I apologize. I hope it doesn't traumatize anybody. I'm aware of it. I'm not reshooting this thing again. So here's the deal. Back to the point. The handle on this sumbitch is insanely comfortable, right? It just is. A lot of it, man, I had to adjust my finger, not wanting to damage it, not wanting to open it back up. And let me just say this. No hot spots that I felt, right? And if I was going to feel any today, I would have felt them because I had to take different hand positions and things like that. I had pretty good control of the knife. Now, my hand is going to move. The grip's going to move because I've got 6 stitches in my pointer finger, okay? I'm pointing that out just so you understand. When I talk about control of a knife and controlling a knife, there are certain things, guys, I have to do, okay? I have broke both hands many times over the years. Brilliant decisions, all that, and we're not here for that. And I'm getting older, okay? So when I talk about control, I'm talking about control for me. Now, if you got steady hands, normal hands, all that, it's going to be even better, I would assume. We're going to do a little stabbing here. Is this a knife you can stab with? Well, you can. It's khukri-esque, is it not? It's a hell of a chopper. Really enjoyed using it. And again, let me just bring this up to you. It's sharp as shit. We got G10 handle scales with red liners. Love it. Let me give you some specs right here. And I'm just pulling them now. I'm just pulling them with a tape measure. You can always go to the website. It's a 1/4 inch thick. You can always, and I'm not saying this smart at all, you can always go to the website to get the official stuff. Guys, that's about 3/4 to 1 inch thick tire tread. It's not steel belted, but it is thick ass rubber. This knife had zero problems cutting it. The last piece that I cut was a little short, and I was trying to be really careful with my fingers. Plus, I was cutting into tread. Now, so it took a little longer, but that's nothing on the knife. Why am I over-explaining? Because I understand, and I want you to understand, I want the audio to match up to the visuals. You know, there's times I'm like, oh man, this is sharp as shit, and I might be pulling a little harder or something like that. Remember, when I'm watching these videos, when I'm narrating these videos, guys, this is the first time seeing it. So I'm narrating, watching, but I'm also pulling on the experience. Now, here's a piece of just that brick hard box store wood. Now, listen, this knife was made for batoning, for splitting wood. I know we just had a big video on batoning and why it's bad for certain knives, right? Certain knives. Now, there is a choil on this to absorb the shock. This one was made for this kind of thing. And here's the deal. Here's where we're taking the channel. I've mentioned this several times. Whatever the knife is made for, that's what we're going to use it for. All right? I believe you could do many, many, many different things with this knife, from shelter building to wood, obviously wood processing, cutting, slicing, food prep, all of that type of stuff. So it's not just like a small camp knife. This is a large khukri style knife. We got a 1/4 inch thick. Let me give you a blade length. And I'm going to put a link to the Hollow King in the description so you can check out the official specs on it. The blade length is 10 3/4 inches long. We've got 9.5 cutting edge. The handle is right at 5 1/4 inches long, and we've got right at a 4-inch inner grip, so it'll fit most hands. The handle thickness is 1 inch, all right? The handle width at its widest point, which is at the bottom, is 1.5 inches. Now, let me explain here. This is kind of where I figured out that my zipper was busted. I cut through this log twice. So what I decided to do here is just get some good, solid, flat chops in. Now, please understand, there's no deflection with this knife. Before I screwed up my finger, there was no deflection. If you see a little deflection, it's because I'm having to stick one finger out. I'll say this, and we've got about 1.5 minutes left. The thing that I like about this knife the most is it just feels amazing in hand. And again, we go back to control. Let's talk about what control means just for a minute. It means it goes where I want it to go when I'm chopping, right? If I'm chopping and I want to land it in a certain area each time, it goes there pretty effortlessly. If I want to do a little slicing, just like here, I can easily control that. Felt really good doing that. That counts in my book for a lot. An older guy with busted up hands counts for a lot. You've seen the overall toughness of Work Tuff gear throughout these past 2 years on this channel, right? The toughness of Work Tuff gear is not in question. The edge sharpness, not in question. And to be honest with you, that heat treat, I don't know that I've ever in a video had a roll, a chip, a dent, a ding. But now there again, we're using the knives for what they're used for, right? We do a little heavier use. We don't really do abuse, but we go pretty hard on them. And right here again, just kind of pry, pop, and pry. I love it. I love the weight of it. I like this grip. It's more kind of, I don't want to say a pistol grip, although it has a slight pistol grip to it. But it's a good controlling chopper type grip. Guys, listen, I love it. Daniel, great job. Vic, great job. But y'all remember this, please. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. Love the Hollow King. Love y'all. Happy Work Tuff gear.